Hey legends, and welcome back to another episode of Hungry Hunter. Today we're making mussel pasta with a cherry tomato sauce. We'll get into it. Food is so much more than just what you put in your mouth. It's a connection to both the land and the sea and the animals we hunted to acquire it. This show is dedicated to sharing that lifestyle with you. We'll be sharing simple tips and tricks as well as our favourite recipes for wild game and seafood feasts. Cooking both out in the field and in the comforts of our kitchen at home. Welcome to Hungry Hunter. This season of Hungry Hunter is proudly supported by Dog and Gun Coffee, makers of bloody good coffee, ready for adventure. We've got a really simple ingredients list today, so obviously the mussels are going to be the star of the show, mixing them in with some pasta. We've chopped up our cherry tomatoes already, we've got our minced garlic, our diced up onion, the herbs are ready, so we've got roughly chopped parsley, basil, and dried oregano. We've also got anchovies. I know a lot of people don't like anchovies. I honestly think they're fantastic. I love the taste of them. Tastes like the ocean, and I think it really sort of lifts this dish. So I'll be putting them in, but obviously it's something that you guys can leave out at home. But we've got some boiling water behind us and a pan heated up with some oil, so we'll jump over and get going. So the first thing we're gonna do now is chuck the pasta into our boiling water. That should take about 10 minutes or so, and in that time we'll cook the mussels. So first thing we're going to add is diced onion. They're sweating down nicely. Get our favourite anchovies. They're going to break down and disintegrate by themselves. Keep sweating off these onions and just give our pasta a stir, just to make sure that it's not sticking together. So next into the pot is the garlic. So there's about 5 cloves in there. That anchovies really do pack a punch, but like I said before, they taste so good in this sauce. Really just take it to another level. We'll just leave that for probably a minute or so just to cook down. So you can really smell the garlic coming through now. Those onions are pretty much translucent, so we're going to go ahead and add the cherry tomatoes and most of the chili. And give that another stir. Give that another couple of minutes just to sweat and reduce down. So these cherry tomatoes are nearly done now. They're starting to break down. And really they're just in there for their sweetness. They're going to be like a little pop in the sauce, but every time you bite in, you get that sort of sweet little surprise. But we'll go ahead and add all the herbs and the tomato paste now. There's most of the parsley. Save a little bit for garnish. Basil. Oregano. And also just a tiny little bit of brown sugar, just 1 little small teaspoon. And also the diced tomatoes. So that's all the main ingredients done for the sauce. So we're gonna let that reduce down for a little bit now. I haven't added any salt in there specifically because the mussels naturally have a lot of salt water in them. So when you put them into the sauce, they're gonna open up and sort of steam, and they're gonna release that salty water. So you don't need to season the sauce too much. But those shells are also gonna act like little flavor boats in the sense that they're gonna carry that sauce into the pasta. So yeah, every time you eat one, you can suck the juice out, which is gonna be fantastic. So this pasta's done, I'll just take it over to the sink to get it strained. So it's been 5 minutes, that sauce has reduced down nicely. So we'll go and get the mussels and add them in. So we'll mix that through now. Get all the mussels nicely covered in the sauce. How good does that look? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover them and leave them for only a couple of minutes. And what will happen is all the mussels will sort of steam and open up in that rich tomato sauce. So we'll see how our mussels are going. They've opened up nicely. That sauce is looking beautiful. It's really mixed into the shells and the actual mussels. We'll take this over here and we'll get it all plated up. So I'm just going to grab some of the pasta now. And we're just going to mix that in with some of our red sauce from our mussels. Separate the pasta a bit. And it's pretty simple plating up, so we're just going to put the pasta in first. all these beautiful mussels on top. Get plenty of that sauce in there as well. They're filled up with just all that herbs and onion and chili. Chuck that one on there, on the top. A little bit of parsley's garnish. A bit more chili. And that's it. That's my mussel pasta and cherry tomato sauce.